Good evening, folks, and welcome back. We are the Cartridge Cowboys. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Travis, and we're back at it again.
We're here to talk about some retro video games, and really, we're here to talk about an entire genre of mind-blowing titles, and that's compilation games.
Dude, compilation games where you're not just getting one when you're buying a game, you're getting a bunch.
You're getting multiple games on one piece of hardware.
Let's go.
Let's go. I grew up with the 6-pack. That was like my first game ever.
And that's 6.
And that's 6. So, starting from the bottom, now we're here. I've always been playing compilation games. And 6-pack, we talked about in a previous episode in our origin video. We touched base on the 6-pack. We've got a lot of other compilation games here to get to, but with the 6-pack, you got Sonic 1, you got Golden Axe, you got Revenge of Shinobi, you got Columns.
Super Hang-On.
Hang-On, one of the most underrated racing games out there.
100%.
A Yu Suzuki game, the same guy that made Shenmue, the same guy that made Virtua Cop, behind Super Hang-On here on 6-pack.
No kidding.
And then, of course, Revenge of Shinobi and all that. So
I didn't know that was the guy who did Shenmue, did Super Hang-On.
He's like their Miyamoto.
That's crazy.
Sega's got a guy that did everything.
That's so
Virtua
crazy.
Fighter, Virtua Racing, all the Virtua games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy. Well, I know Super Hang-On has become like my favorite racing game of all time because of you.
It's mine, and obviously, you know, you've got F-Zero, F-Zero GX. Those are other titles I'm a big fan of. But for 16-bit stuff, for Sega stuff, I think Outrun is good. I have Outrun on Genesis. It's good, but there's something about Super Hang-On where you hit that turbo. It is something about it. And that techno kick butt synth soundtrack is like nothing I've ever heard. I have a Model 1 Genesis where I plug my cans. I got the headphones, big Shure headphones that I use in the music world.
Nice.
And get Super Hang-On pumping on those things coming out the front of the Genesis. That's a big, you know.
I bet it's a bop.
It's a bop. It's a bop. But that's not the only racing game we have here in our compilations.
No.
And these aren't all the compilations that we own.
No.
Travis, I'll let you talk about a compilation. I know I just went off about 6-pack, but this is your copy of 6-pack, actually.
That is my copy of 6-pack.
That's your 6-pack.
You know what's awesome? You said that was your first game.
Right.
Well, my first compilation was Super Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
And that was how I originally beat Mario 2. Not Lost Levels, not the OG Super Mario 2, but
the real
Doki.
The Doki Doki Mario 2.
So that's how I first beat that. That's how I first beat Mario 3 back in the day. Because when I was a kid, it's hard enough to go through all the levels through one sit-through. You just don't got the time.
You don't have the time.
Not that smart.
Right.
At least I wasn't. So I was able to save, do all that. But mine had Super Mario World with it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which you have a copy of that.
I do.
With the messed up label.
Yeah,
on
the label's basically just ripped apart. But I got it for $30, and boy, that's 5 games.
This is an amazing deal.
Great deal. And it was shown that it was loved, which you can tell this one's got some love too.
There's a little bit of love on them.
Oh yeah, good old player's choice as well.
This was the first game I bought for the SNES.
Nice.
When I got it. You're a big SNES guy.
Lord knows.
I had never played a SNES. I got a SNES Mini. Loved it. I'd take it on the road with me. I was working on the road. Living in a hotel during the week, you know, roughing it out there.
Yeah.
But I had that SNES Mini with me. And it was fire. I was like, all right, I'm getting a real one. Of course, in episode 1, you would have seen this SNES, the SNES Junior.
Yeah.
But this was the first game I picked up, $20 for 4 Mario titles.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a no-brainer. Of course, I'm just going to start off with this banger. And right out the gate, Travis, are compilation games the goated genre? Because right now, these two, absolute fire.
Just action-packed. There's so many games in them. But also, you're saving so much money getting these as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what? Just all the Mario games by themselves, and that's probably $100. And you got it for 20.
Probably.
Yeah, and the soundtrack on it's banger. I really like what they did with the Super Nintendo. That original Mario Bros. I mean, come on, man.
And you mentioned the version that you have has World on.
Yeah, and that's a huge game. I love that game.
Yeah.
I mean, going on the Cape, you're flying around. There's nothing better. There's no better flying mechanic in Mario, in my opinion, except maybe the Blue Yoshi. That one is kind of
Blue Yoshi.
Yeah, that is fire.
Right, with the wings.
Yeah,
in that auto-scrolling level, there's one of those on there.
But you could get those Yoshis whenever if you just want to cheat the game. You could just basically roll through the whole game doing that.
Right.
So, that's fun. And yeah, that's not the only Mario compilation they came out with, but they also came out with the Super Mario 3D All-Stars a few years ago. I believe that was for the Mario 35th anniversary, and now it's the 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
So, but they only released that for a limited amount of time, and you hear people complain about that all the time. They're like, well, you can't buy it anymore. It's only a limited. They still gave you 6 months. You didn't want it then. I picked it up just to play Sunshine.
So this game is not being produced, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they did a short run of it. 6 months. They warned you ahead of time, but they produced millions. And for some reason, that game's already up to like $80-$90.
Well, there's not a digital version of that game?
So there was for a little bit, but again, it's off the eShop. But they did just come out with Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. You could get it physical right now.
Okay.
I'm curious if it's going to be limited like this. Okay. Or you could just get the games individually. And then, of course, Super Mario 64 is also on the Switch.
It's just in the 64
area.
Okay.
So there's lots of ways to play it, but Sunshine is the hard one to play unless you got a cube like we do. But at the time I didn't, and so that was a good way for me to replay that game, and that too gets a lot of hate. I love Sunshine. Dude. Yeah. That's one of my favorite soundtracks in a Mario game. Is that? I could listen to that all day.
Yeah, it is a very great looking game. I have Sunshine. I am one of its critics, although I'm trying to play through it. I need to plug it in and finish it.
Yeah.
I have about 60 Shine Sprites or something like that.
I really like the platforming areas, the special stages.
Yeah.
That's kind of where it really gets me.
You're just,
that's where it gets me. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
They've really, in the future games, they've really played off of that, which is cool.
Yeah, that's a great deal. I mean, look at that. I remember as a kid seeing Mario Sunshine. My cousins had a cube. I remember they got Sunshine for their birthday or Christmas or something on a purple cube, and I was like, whoa. Yeah. It really was mind-blowing to see. I mean, it is a beautiful game. That's a huge deal. Like, now some of these, I don't think there's a bad game in this whole bunch.
No, actually, what is that Greatest Arcade Hits?
Oh, this?
64, yeah, what is that?
Well, look, man, you know I've been trying to learn about Nintendo because I'm a Sega guy, but hey, you know, I'm over here trying, man, and I love the SNES. Big fan. Love the NES. Love the Game Boy. You know?
No better library than the Game Boy.
Well, that's a different video. That's a different video. This is Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits Volume 1 on the 64. I got a 64. I wanted to get my numbers up, get a little collection.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of already, obviously, compilation games. So I said, why not pick this one up? What sold me about this arcade collection, now what I can tell you is that this is Defender, Robotron, Sinistar, Spy Hunter from the NES.
Okay.
Root Beer Tapper, and Joust.
Oh, Joust. I actually really enjoyed Joust.
You think you played this with us? We played some Joust at the house that one day. Was it you who came over and played
I did, but was that on a 64?
So, I also have it on the Game Boy with Joust and Defender, and we might have done that on the Super
Game Boy. Yep.
That's why I got this game. Because I had Joust Defender on Game Boy, and I was like, well, I love Joust so much.
Yeah.
Might as well just get Joust on whatever console I can get Joust on, and when you look into it, it's all of them.
Dude.
It's on everything, man.
It's kind of like Cliffhanger.
It's kind of like Cliffhanger.
It's all over the place.
It is on everything. In fact, I saw Midway's Greatest Arcade Hits on Genesis,
Nice.
At a retro shop this week, and I passed.
Yeah.
I passed, but
Nice.
that's what this is. It's just a 64 compilation game of Midway, and we've got another Midway compilation here, which I've got a couple of. I didn't bring all of them. Midway Arcade Treasures 3. This has Hydro Thunder.
Hydro Thunder. Let's go.
On PS2. We talked about Hydro Thunder on Dreamcast in episode 1. This also has Rush Alcatraz Edition and
Rock.
Rush 2049.
I actually really like Rush 2049. I grew up with that on my 64.
Yeah.
So that's one of my childhood games. Yeah. Love playing the Rush series, but I've never heard of Alcatraz The Rock. That's where The Rock. I was like, how does The Rock get into that game? It just clicked.
Not Dwayne. Not Dwayne The Rock. It is The Rock. Like the movie with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage.
Oh, then that's
The Rock.
That's a third layer. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So that's a great PS2 collection. Now you can see that this says Midway Arcade Treasures 3 because there are 3 versions. Mm-hmm. One of them has the Mortal Kombat games on them because that's Midway also. The other one I own is for the Cube, and that one has the original Gauntlet.
Okay.
And some other stuff. Kind of older Midway, kind of like the 64 Midway, where it's Joust and that kind of thing.
Nice.
That's what is on, I believe it's Arcade Treasures 2.
Okay.
This is 3, which, of course, the only reason I got it was for Hydro Thunder. But now that I'm into the Rush games, it's all bonus points after that.
Oh, yeah, man.
Well,
it says Retro Racing Classics. So does that mean the other Midway, like 1 and 2, are those just side scrollers, like arcade classics? And then the other one you said
we're gonna have to look into it. I think there's 4 of them.
Okay,
and I have 2 and 3.
Nice.
3 on PS2, 2 on Cube.
I wonder what's on 4 because these are pretty. Not really retro. Well, not retro at the time.
3D though.
Yeah, I was gonna say when that came out, it wasn't retro. They were just good games.
yeah, exactly. So, Travis, you got another compilation game you want to talk about?
Yeah, man. So, Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. This just came out a couple years ago, and great series. Very underrated Mega Man series.
Right.
It's a lot different. You're playing, it's almost with a deck of cards, but they're chips. But then you're on a 3x3, so there's 9 spaces that you're going into. Okay. So it's a strategy action game, and whenever you get into different chips, you get different power-ups. So you can do like a rock-style attack, electric, water, all that good stuff.
Nice.
Comes with 6 games on this. They're all GBA games.
I was about to ask.
They're all on the original Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
But technically, there's, 10 games? Because 3, 4, and... No. Yeah, I guess
10 games?
3, 4... 5 and 6 all have 2 versions of each other too, and it has them all.
It's kind of like Pokemon.
Yeah, they go
red
into
and blue
Pokemon,
version.
Yeah, but so it's got.
So they have
10,
a red
12
and blue
games.
of everything.
Yeah, actually, I think it's red and white, and then there is a blue and black or something like that.
Okay.
But no, great series, and actually, I'm really excited to announce, or I'm not announcing, but Nintendo announced that they're doing the Mega Man Star Force collection, and then we'll have all the different classic, except for Legend series, we'll have all the different Mega Man compilations. I've never actually played that series. It's the only one Mega Man series I haven't played. It's coming out next year. I'm really excited to check it out.
Okay, nice. Now, was there a Battle Network game on the Cube?
There is. There's Battle Transmissions. I actually just picked that up not too long ago. I played through all these last year. I played
on
all
Switch
6 of them.
on your actual.
Well, so I played all these, so then I picked up the Cube game finally. So I'm going to play that soon. I'm excited to try it. I hear it kind of sucks.
Okay.
It's going to be more of your retro original Mega Man, but it's just not as polished. It's a little clunky from what I hear.
Okay.
But I want to check it out. I beat all the other games in the series, so why not?
Right. And, different episode. I'm wearing my Mega Man shirt right now. I was like, no, I'm not.
But hey, there is on the system.
There is Mega Man on the Saturn. I've got X3 and X4.
And I got that.
And soccer. Just kidding.
And I got that on the Switch as another compilation. Comes with all the X games.
There you go.
But man, we got a couple of Ataris up here. So what's all on the PS2 Atari anthology?
Well, you could turn around and maybe you could list off a couple of them. I know Centipede is on there. I'm a big Centipede
Asteroids,
fan.
Missile Command. I really like Missile Command.
Yeah.
Tempest is actually really difficult for me. I've been trying for a long time.
Yeah.
Not a long time, but I've been playing it more recently with the Atari 50th.
Atari 50th.
But
for the Switch.
Dude, for the Switch. Also for the PS5, I think Xbox One. So yours comes with 67 games.
Okay.
Yes. 67 Atari 2600 and 18 classic arcade games.
Okay.
This has over 140 games on it.
That's a lot.
It goes all over the place. It's going from the Atari 800, the arcades, the Jaguar, the Atari Lynx.
There's Lynx on there?
There's Lynx
Is
on
Bill
it.
and Ted's Excellent Adventure on Lynx on there?
Ooh, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
When we talk about Atari Lynx, I'm talking about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, man.
Dude, I had to look. We'll have to put this in. We brought the Switch today. We'll check it out. Maybe get some footage.
Right. Maybe test out some Steel Talons. I know that's on the Atari Lynx and one of the worst Genesis games I've ever played.
Oh, dang. Yeah, we'll have to try that one out.
We'll have to see if Steel Talons is on there.
Might be. But, man, so this one's actually really cool because it goes through the history of Atari while you're doing it. So you're reading some stuff. It has some old commercials or interviews with the programmers. It has promotional art. And you go through each game in order. You can if you want to. You can pick whatever you want. Or if you want to go through kind of the story mode, you could go through the entire history in order. And it's a really fun way to play it. That's what I've been doing. I've been learning a lot about the Atari since I picked it up.
People ask me, did you ever think it was going to get this big? And it was difficult to quantify what big was in those days. You were doing millions of dollars in sales and that sort of stuff. But in reality, you didn't have a frame of reference. But I can remember driving in one morning and seeing this parking lot, and we'd outgrown the facility, and we had cars parked up and down the street, and the parking lot was completely full and double parked. And I thought to myself, indirectly, games are paying for all these cars. And somehow the physical actuality of a car, and knowing how much that was, and there were so damn many of them, that was kind of a defining moment, because I can remember I said, wow, you created a monster here.
Great collection. I think it might be the best compilation collection I own, just because of the history with it.
Better than Battle Network Legacy Collection?
I think so, just because
better than Mario 3D All-Stars?
I think so. It's just because
you are drinking some kind of 1979 Kool-Aid, because what about this one? What about the one with Mario World attached on the back end of it?
If it had where it talked about the history of it, it would 100% be the better game, because it has actual good games, unlike a lot of this Atari stuff. But just seeing the gaming history being played through makes it a 10 out of 10 for me. Right.
No, and I appreciate that. And we do need to give some love to Atari.
No.
We're kind of Sega Nintendo guys. Look, we've talked about some PlayStation.
Yeah,
we're actually talking about some PlayStation right now. But Atari deserves a little love on the channel.
Yeah, a little bit. Not much, though.
King of the second generation.
Now, what's next? Are we going to be talking about the 3DO?
We might. I'm not buying one. I'm not buying one. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. Look, it has Gex.
Get Gex.
But we already have the real Gex game on Saturn.
Lord knows. Not that PS1, not the Game Boy.
Well, PS1 was good.
Well, yeah, but it ain't the Saturn. Man, so
they are the same.
Now, those are some great compilations. I know like you said, we got a lot more.
We got some compilations.
And I don't just have them physical. I have a lot on the Switch. I got the Castlevania collection. I got
that's right,
the Contra collection.
Oh, okay.
I got all of the Legacy of Mana, Collection of Mana.
Okay.
That's all on there. Great series. And then they have all the Final Fantasy games on there in collections.
Final Fantasy collections for digital plays.
Yeah, digital and physical, but I got it digital. So
okay.
So compilations is goated. That is the answer to your question.
I've got Mega Man Collection for PlayStation.
Nice.
2. Reason I got that so I can play Mega Man 8 because it's a bajillion dollars on Saturn.
Except the Japanese.
Japanese version is affordable.
Yeah.
But, got it on PS2 now. Mm-hmm. I've got Sonic Mega Collection Plus on PS2.
Nice.
As well as the so atrocious Sega Smash Pack Volume 1. There is no Volume 2, and this is for the Dreamcast. This is a compilation that would be goated if the audio was worth the frick. Because there's all the games you want. In fact, off the 6-pack, all of these games are on that disc, as well as Vector Man. Instead of Streets of Rage, you get Streets of Rage 2.
Nice.
Ultra Beast is in there.
Classic.
There's some other stuff in there. And it all plays great. And it's like, I want Genesis action on my Dreamcast. But somehow, the audio is the level of like an Atari game. It literally sounds like bleep, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop, bloop.
Is that because it doesn't have the synth chip like the Genesis does? Like, what kind of chip does the Dreamcast have?
I mean, look,
not good.
Here's the deal: it's on a dang disc.
Yeah,
I mean, all the space you could fit the songs on there.
Yeah, you're right.
You could fit entire Metallica albums on there or something. They have real songs in these games.
Yeah, so
you could put the Genesis sound in there anyway. R.I.P. the Sega Smash Pack series of one game.
Hey, Sega, bring it back.
Although, hey, the other day, I'm not going to lie, it is kind of funny to be playing Altered Beast on a Dreamcast. And I'll just put on like a podcast or maybe another gaming channel and just listen to that. If you don't care about the audio and you're already listening to something else while you're gaming, Sega Smash Pack Volume 1, not bad. But I like all the sounds.
I know. You're always listening to the OSTs. You listen to a lot of it whenever you're just on the drive.
Yeah.
I do also put on a lot of podcasts, or I listen to other gaming channels while I'm playing, but some of them you just can't. Like Shinobi, you taught me how I need to do the double jump. I got to be able to hear it.
You don't have to be. It just helps. You can do it. It's at the top of the jump.
Okay.
So if you can just time it right, then you can get it. But the sound does help.
No, but I know. And then in Expedition 33, the sound helps but that also just has an incredible soundtrack. So.
Right.
Well, cool, man. Well, those are some really good compilations, King of Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's next for you?
What's next for me? I'll tell you what actually is next is this right here. And this is Shadow Squadron for the 32X.
Nice.
Now, I was being a good boy, and I wasn't blowing all my money on games. And I was like, this is my collection. I'm not buying any more games. That's what I told myself.
Yeah.
And it worked out for, I didn't buy a game for over a month, 6 weeks.
I feel like it was longer.
It might have been 2 months. It might have been a while. I didn't buy a game for a while.
No, well, I was stacking them up.
You were stacking them up. And the thing is, the 32X it's on its way out. It's been out. It's been out the door. The thing is, you come across one of these, I'm like, I better pick it up. I have a working 32X.
Yeah.
And Shadow Squadron is a shooter. It's a shmup. And it's one of those showpieces of what the 32X can do. Now, I haven't cranked it up yet, but I have seen the amazing review from our buddy Mark at Classic Game Room.
Yep.
Love that channel, whatever he's doing. And this seems to be great. I can't wait to crank this up later. Visually, this looks crazy because it's an early 3D game, but it really does push the 32X to its limits.
Okay.
And, the 32X only has 40 total releases, and I think this is number 11. So we're already above 25% of the.
Let's go.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
So
next Spider-Man, right?
I think next might be Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
What do you think, Travis?
Dude.
You think
Mortal Kombat 2 comparison that with the Super Nintendo?
Versus Super Nintendo versus Saturn versus Genesis
head to
versus
head.
Japanese PS1 versus and I have a PS2 version, technically. It's on Shaolin Monks.
Nice.
So
well,
that's like 6 versions of MK2 a game we can barely play.
Yeah. It is also coming out on the new Mortal Kombat collection that's dropping here soon.
That is, again, a compilation game.
Man. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, maybe you guys should pick up a compilation game soon.
Maybe you should.
Play through it, see what you get, and come back and see us next time on the Cartridge Cowboys.
Bless up.